guy. It's taken me many years, but at long last I have finally watched Batman, the 1989 version created by Tim Burton and starring Michael Keaton. Now, you all know I've grown up watching the Christopher Nolan series, so the Tim Burton and Joel Schumacher films were a bit different to me. I can tell this because, like I say, I've watched an 89 version, but it wasn't quite as gripping as the Christopher Nolan series. I know this is going to shock some of you, but to be honest, it was very good. It was brilliant even. I mean, you have to give praise to Burton, obviously, for his production value and the sets and all that. But overall, I just wasn't as much drawn in to Batman as I was with, like, The Dark Knight. But of course, I can't review a film without going into detail, so I'll start with the plot, as I usually do. For many years, Gotham has been at the mercy of organised crime, especially by mob boss Carl Grissom, and despite the best efforts of Gotham City's political party, the mayor and high-ranking police members, Gotham City Police remains corrupt. Until the unusual appearance of a winged freak, as they put it in the newspaper. That is Batman, and he slowly starts to take out the organised crime bit by bit. But very soon, shortly after trying to save Jack Napier from an incident at Alex Chemicals, to which Napier falls into a chemical vat, Napier emerges as the Joker, driven insane by his whole ordeal. And soon Batman becomes embroiled in a deadly plot between the Joker and the organised crime members as Gotham City's 200th anniversary even, getting a bit mixed up there, 200th anniversary is on the horizon. Whilst also getting entangled with Vicky Vale, a very attractive photographer working for the Gotham newspapers. And I think when you watch this review, you wonder, which Joker do I prefer, Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson? Well, quite simply, Jack Nicholson is outstanding. He's an outstanding actor overall, and he was brilliant here, but as everyone would expect, and as most people would, I prefer Heath Ledger, because Ledger was just that much more intense. He was insane, he was absolutely immense, he was like an absolute insane idiot. Whereas Nicholson was just as insane and very true life to what the Joker was in the comics, but just lacking what Ledger had. Let's just put it that way. Other things I like about this film is obviously, as I say, the production values and sets. With Tim Burton, his production sets and his artistic flair is just well up there. I mean, you can hardly compare with Edward Scissorhands, James and the Giant Peach, Alice in Wonderland. All the production set and value for his films are phenomenal, and they certainly disappoint here. I mean, Gotham just looks very much like the main city in Blade Runner or even Metropolis. But overall, I don't really like this film as much as I do the Christopher Nolan series, as I said. This film is brilliant, I will say. It's fantastic. Michael Keaton is definitely better than Christian Bale. But it just lacks the intensity and the power of Christopher Nolan's series. Not to mention the music isn't quite as good, to be blunt and honest. I know I was going to shock even more with you, but I like both sets of music, but Christopher Nolan's music just does a bit better, shall we say. And that's all I can really say on Batman. In short, it's good, it's a lot of fun, but against Christopher Nolan's series, just lacks the intensity that films like The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises had. But that's not to say I didn't dislike it, and Batman is definitely worth a watch.